It's already been a few weeks since the 2-hour barrier has been shattered by Sebastian Sawe of Kenya. And one of the greatest performances in sporting history, Sawe absolutely destroyed the 2-hour marathon with a 1:59:30 in this year's London Marathon. I've had time to digest this performance, I've had time to think about how good it really is, and honestly, it still blows my mind. With an outrageous second half of 59 minutes and 1 second, and a final few miles where he averaged 4 minutes and 20 seconds per mile, Sawe has etched his name into the history books forever, and you might have already seen a few signs around the world. He's repping Adidas, he's repping this amazing 1:59:30 look, and he deserves it. But what is not being mentioned, and what very much should, is what happened only 11 seconds behind Sebastian Sawe, because finishing in second place was something that was even more unlikely than Sawe's incredible time, because despite not winning this race, we saw what just might be the single greatest performance in running history, and honestly, I don't think it is even close. This is Yomif Kejelcha, the athlete that finished in second place in this year's London Marathon, and he ran a time of 1:59:41, and this was his marathon debut. Now, I have gotten so many requests to look deeper into Yomif Kejelcha's running, because the fact that this was a debut in the marathon really should not be possible. Even after more than 10 attempts during his peak running, Kipchoge couldn't break 2, and unfortunately, we have not been able to see anyone even really get close. For years, Kelvin Kiptum was the standard as his world record of 2 hours and 35 seconds stood strong. And while he did seem destined to break 2, he unfortunately passed away in a car accident in 2024, and he was way too young for something like that to happen. Despite this incredible tragic moment, it shined a light on just how difficult Sub 2 really was. But in 2026, we saw 2 people break it. Now, to give you an idea at just how absurd Sub 2 actually is, we need to take a look at some of the best athletes to ever run in their marathon debut. Here's Eliud Kipchoge, a pretty solid run, all the way back in 2013. Here's Jacob Kiplimo's marathon debut, an even faster time at 2 hours, 3 minutes, and 37 seconds. Then we have Sebastian Sawe, an amazing marathon debut at 2 hours, 2 minutes, and 5 seconds. And here is Kelvin Kiptum's debut, 2 hours, 1 minute, and 53 seconds, a time that I was honestly shocked to see for his debut. All of these debuts are so fast that they sent shockwaves through those who follow the marathon. And then there's Kejelcha, who not only shattered all expectations for what was possible in the marathon, but he achieved a score of 1,324 points on the World Athletic Scoring System, which is the equivalent to these in all other track events. Kejelcha's marathon debut was honestly absurd, but the more we dig into Kejelcha's career, the fact that he finished in second was a true tragedy in the most poetic sense possible, because despite running some of the greatest times in history, he still has yet to get that elusive World Championship or Olympic gold. Here is every single Senior World Championships and Olympic Games where Yomif Kejelcha has run. As you can see, he has been reaching the finals at the highest level since 2015, but unfortunately, here are his overall placements. Now, I'm not trying to say that Yomif is just not good enough to reach that gold medal position, because he clearly is, but in so many of these races, he has, for one reason or another, fallen a tiny bit short. Back in 2019, Kejelcha ran in the 10,000 meter finals in Doha, and for this race he finished in second, finishing just behind Joshua Cheptegei, who won Uganda's first ever 10,000 meter gold in the World Champs. Fast forward to 2021, and Kejelcha again ran in the 10,000, except for these Tokyo Games, he only finished in 7th. Kejelcha, for one reason or another, could not find himself on top of the podium, representing a rather unfortunate situation for such a talented athlete. Now, even though he has not had that global great success in the Olympics or the World Champs, he has found success on the indoor circuit and also in the Diamond League final. Back in 2016, he did win the 3,000 in 7:57, and then 2 years later in 2018, he won the 3,000 again in 8:14. And even looking at the 2015 Diamond League final, he won the 5,000, running a 12:53.98 in a super competitive final. When it comes to the Diamond League circuit and when it comes to racing during the season, Kejelcha is an absolute killer, with a huge list of Diamond League wins, and he's also won various road races, such as the Adidas Road to Records, where he ran a 12:54 over the 5,000. But the thing that might leave you scratching your head the most is what happens when we look a little bit deeper at Kejelcha's personal record list. For the 3,000, his PB is 7:23.64, a time that now ranks him at number 6 all-time. Moving up to the 5,000, he has a personal record of 12:38.85, ranked number 4 all-time, and he is one of only 6 runners to ever get under 12:40. Over to the 10,000, and his PB is 26:31, a time that's also in the top 10 as he falls at number 7 all-time in this discipline. And moving over to the roads, it's arguably even more of an unfortunate situation, because in the Road 5K, he is ranked at number 2, as he holds a PB of 12 minutes and 50 seconds, only falling behind Barihu Aragawe's 12:49. Now, looking specifically at the 10,000 meters, this is where things get both sad and a little bit complicated, because in the 10K rankings, we see Yomif Kejelcha is ranked at number 2 all-time, with his road PB of 26:31. However, ranked with the world record is Ronix Kipruto at 26:24. But Ronix actually has been banned because of a violation with the Athletics Integrity Unit. So really, Yomif could have this world record to his name, but on the World Athletics website, he's only ranked at number 2. Beyond all of these, he's also ranked number 2 all-time in the half marathon, as his 57:30 was the world record for about a year, before Jacob Kiplimo broke the world record with a 56:42, and even though Kiplimo's time was rescinded, as the World Athletics officials agreed that he was getting a little bit too much assistance from the lead vehicle, which retroactively put Yomif's time of 57:30 as the record, Kiplimo then full 180'd and returned to Lisbon, where he set the previous world record years ago, and he ran a 57:20, snatching the world record back to his name. This brings us to this 1:59:41 marathon, because on his personal record list, this is ranked as his greatest performance ever. Ranked higher than his half marathon PB, ranked higher than his 5,000 personal record, it's even ranked higher than his number 2 all-time 5K and 10K performances. Yomif's career has been marked by some unbelievable highs and some very frustrating lows. He's broken multiple world records in his career, from the indoor mile at 3:47.01 all the way up to the half marathon. So this man's range and his versatility is possibly the greatest that we have ever seen in any sport, in any combination of disciplines. So right now, there are those that are saying that Yomif is only scratching the surface as to what he could be capable of in the marathon. It took Sebastian Sauer 4 attempts to lower his PB under 2 hours, which I'm not trying to say that was easy, that really was insane, but compared to his debut, he has improved by more than 2.5 minutes. And while I'm not suggesting that Yomif is about to go throw down a 1:57 over the next 16 to 18 months, there is a real chance that if Yomif can focus more on the marathon, learn from his experiences, and bring all of his career into one amazing moment, we very well could see him get that world record to his name. I am not sure what Yomif's next move will be. Perhaps he will jump into the Berlin Marathon, which has been the site of amazing performances for the past 2 decades. Maybe he'll jump into the Chicago Marathon, which is where Kelvin Kiptum set his previous world record. Or maybe he won't even run a marathon this season. We'll just have to wait and see. But to wrap up this video, Yomif Kejelcha is one of those athletes that has been around for more than a decade. He's been performing extremely well at the highest stages, he's snatched a few world records, and he's even taken down records of incredible athletes such as Hicham El Guerrouj and also Jacob Kiplimo. Yomif can kind of do anything from the 1500 all the way up to the marathon, but he's not just running good times, he is running unbelievable times. So with a combination of his background, his training, and shoe technology, I would not be surprised if Yomif went on to break 2 at some point over the next few seasons. Thanks for watching, everyone. Until next time.